everyone, and welcome. I'm Marcie, Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I'm from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me. I have my Easter shirt on today. It says, "Bunnies and Bling, it's an Easter thing." Isn't it cute? I got it from Buc-ee's. So I went to Texas for our retreat, and they had a Buc-ee's there, and I had heard about it when I did the Buc-ee's nuggets and everything. I ordered Buc-ee's nuggets after I made them to see how they compared to the ones I made. I like the ones I made better, but probably just because they weren't, they were fresh. I don't know. But I was excited to go to one. I've never been to one, and so I saw this shirt there, and I had to get one. So I just loved the little leopard print, and I was like, oh, it says Easter, but I'll probably wear it more than Easter. I want to say Bunnies and Bling, it's a crafty thing or something, I don't know. But I really like the whole bunny with the leopard. I thought it was really cute. Hello, North Shores, like Erie, welcome. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Anna, Eileen, Glenda, Carrie, Juanita, Holly. How are you? Marva, Stacy, Annie. Welcome, everybody. So I had a really great time. I am not prepared to show you the cards that we created or anything from retreat because it's in my suitcase over there, and I have not undone the suitcase. In fact, my card that I had today, I really felt like I had done it already, and I kept thinking, I know I did this card already, but when I went back to look at my videos, it wasn't there. So I had it all prepped, ready to go, and then when I went to save the photo after I took a picture of it to get it ready to go up on my YouTube, I realized it was the card that I did for the wildfires, for the California wildfires. And that was an exclusive card, and so I couldn't do it. And so last minute, I came up with another fun card that I kind of had in my mind anyway. So I got to create today and get that ready for you. I just want to make sure I'm reading here. You miss going to Buc-ee's. Oh, I had to get to the airport. Deborah, I had so much fun. But see, you have a Buc-ee's over where you're at. We don't. So I was really glad. We did stop on the way back too. We had to figure out how much room we had in our suitcase when we went back and got more. I do have my fan on, and it's a little closer. I put it over here on the floor because over there I could not feel it. So if it's too loud, let me know and I can turn it off. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Hi, Cheryl, Teresa. Welcome. Hi, Steph. So we had a lot of fun. We had very little sleep. Anna and Deborah were both there. It was a lot of fun. We had so much fun as always. But anyway, so we're going to move on from that, but I will definitely go back to sharing our projects. You're going to see some of them that I'm going to recreate, or at least kind of recreate them and get the idea from the cards, because Sherry had some amazing cards. And so we will be doing some of those close, either exactly because I have a lot of the product, or something very close to it, maybe because I want to use up some other ones. Thanks, Stephanie. I really thought it was so cute. Here, let me see if I get you guys the whole thing. There we go. But look how that bunny, he's just too cute with the leopard. I saw him from across the way. He was up high and hanging on like a, he was like in the main aisle, but he was way over there. And all I saw was the glasses and the leopard. And I was like, oh, I got to get that shirt. So it was fun. It was best with no sleep. Deborah, girlfriend, you stayed up way later than I did. There is no way. I do that at our October retreat, I have to say, because we all wake up a little later, but we don't have as many things that going on at that than we do this retreat. But it's 20 women in this beautiful house, and we have an amazing time. So it was a lot of fun with very little sleep, but Deborah got less sleep than I did. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to talk about. I did put out on my Facebook page about what kind of a class are you looking for in the new catalog coming up, and many of you said the tote class with the little tote bag, and I will definitely be doing a class for that. So when the items are available, if you want to purchase that bundle from me, that will get your class for free. So keep that in mind. And there's a couple others that I'm looking at and thinking about, so those will be announced soon, but I don't have the tote class even put up yet, but that was one I was thinking of, and it seemed the messages I got and the posts online were a lot about the tote, so I will definitely do that. Let's see. Hi, Charm. Welcome. Hi, Carol. Hi, Nika. How are you? Okay, so what else? The tote rewards. You guys realize the Stampin' rewards have changed now. So there's a new Stampin' rewards program. So you shop, earn, redeem, repeat, and that is exactly what you do. There's no host code anymore. So don't worry about a host code. I'm going to go take that off of my blog tonight. I've got it on my YouTube already taken off. I will go get it off of my blog. I believe I took it off of my Facebook page too. But anyway, we'll be taking care of that. And so anything over $20, you will get 10% Stampin' rewards. Okay, so what you're going to notice when you go into shop, you're going to notice it's going to say, are you opting into the rewards program? Please opt in to the rewards program, because that means you're going to get 10% put back in your little basket that's up there. It looks like a little present. So you can just keep shopping for a whole year and just keep all those rewards. And then those rewards you can use in like maybe an upcoming catalog or Christmas catalog or next week. You can use them whenever you want. You don't get to use them on your current order. So your first order, let's say you put in $90. Whereas before, you didn't get your rewards because it wasn't a party, which was over $150. So anything under $150, you would put my host code in, which meant your order's rewards would go into a bucket, and that's how I got a lot of my free embellishments, things that I gave away in classes and bingo and things like that. I'm sorry, I've got allergies right now really bad. Probably from Texas. Not really. They're here too, really bad. Anyway, so any order you put in now, you get the rewards. Okay? Yay! So you cannot use your first rewards on that order, but you can come back even a little while later, put another order in and use your rewards. Okay? Maybe you want to save them up. Maybe you want a cut and emboss machine. Save them up and then, get it for free. So just save your rewards up. You can save them for a year. You can just take a look at the little present, click on it, and it'll tell you your rewards. And then if you click on, it's so new, I'm not quite sure, but you click on something, it'll give you your dates, your expiration dates, when you need to use them. So if you are saving them up, you don't want to lose them. I cannot see your rewards. I can't see how many you have or what you're getting or when they expire. So please make sure when you log in that you opt in first off, and then you are going to, you can just click on that little present. It's right by the cart. You can't miss it. And then you can keep track of your rewards and kind of see what you've got. Let's see. I'd love to see a card with pretty florals. Oh, let me write that down. Pretty florals. I know I just used it. Now I'm still trying to remember the names and what they look like, but I think that is one that I might have done a card that's going to be coming up. So I'm going to write that down though, just in case not, because I've already got bingo prepared. Yay! So bingo is up for registration for May. It is not until May 21st. You have plenty of time. But remember, I do only do a certain amount of cards. I pretty much do the max amount of a bingo that I've had, and I've been pretty much hitting that number every month or really close to it. And so I'm sticking with that unless things change. And so once it's full, it's full. So keep that in mind. Also, don't forget the paper share. There are 2 paper shares. The one on the left side is the 106 sheets of paper there are the list right there. It's all of the new papers, and that is just the DSP and specialty paper. The one on, and that's $49. The one on the right side is all of the same papers, but you will also get 48 sheets of coordinating two-tone cardstock, which is 4 packages of cardstock that coordinate, their combination two-tone packages that coordinate with the new DSP and with a suite. So those will coordinate with that. What sets are you using for bingo? Let me look. I don't know all of them because they're not right in front of me. Hold on. Notes and totes. Beautiful motifs, gallery blooms. The gallery blooms is going to be used on 2. The motif one, notes and motif, whatever that is. The notes and totes, and the other one, I do not know. I don't have it right here. So there's one's going to be a fancy. 2 of them are fancy fold. Ooh, 3 of them are fancy fold. 3 are fancy fold. So it's all new product. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So, oops, here, let me switch you back. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be 3 fancy fold. One is a super fancy fold. The other one is lots of folds. That one's a fancy fold. The other one has something popping out of it. And I don't remember what the other one is. But, yeah, some great cards. I'm super excited about it. And so there's that. So paper share bingo. I have a special, don't forget, for any purchase with me, any purchase, through May 5th. I'm going to put you into a drawing to win a bundle of the Impressions Abloom. It's a brand new bundle, and it will be, I will draw on the 7th, which is my next video day after that. We have some new kits, this beautiful bouquet arrangement I want to do online with you guys. I haven't even taken it out of the box. We're going to take it out, take a look at it, and put it together. So I've got to get my glue sticks and my glue gun and get all that ready to go, and we will put this together. So once I get everything out and together, then we'll put it together. I know that Sunday's Easter. I just want to let you know I will not be here with Easter. I'm going to be with family. And so I will not be here. So I hope you have a wonderful time Sunday with your family and enjoy. And I will be back next Wednesday. Okay? All right. I think that is it for now. Oh, one last thing. On my business Facebook page, I posted about a Stampin' Storage sale that's going on. Tomorrow's the last day of the sale. Excuse me, I think it's free shipping. It's free shipping, which is fantastic right now. If you know, I just want to quickly, because now's the time I organize with paper, with stamps. We undo these and I put them in the cases if I'm not keeping them. But I love these magnets and the sleeves. They come separate, but they are fantastic. By far the best way I've ever stored my dies. So this is how I do that. I know I'm asked a lot about the paper, and I don't have it in front of me so let me grab one. I'm asked all the time about my sleeves for my paper, and I love these sleeves because I can see through them. The Amazon ones are kind of cloudy and not matte, but it's just a cloudy. I can't see it very well. So, and I like these tabs because they're much longer. The ones on Amazon are a lot smaller. I just really, really like these the best. They're not gusseted, but they are wide enough. I have added quite a few packs of paper in a pouch. So I listed that. The other thing that's new that I have, do they ship to Canada free, Nancy? I don't know. I believe they ship there, and it's free shipping right now. I don't know. I would go check. I'm not quite sure. I do have a link below that goes to Stampin' Storage, and I I would just maybe put it in the cart and see what it says. It might say once you get it in the cart. I'm not quite sure. Sorry, my husband is asking a question because he is picking up gift cards for kids. Okay, the other thing that's new to me is I got this Tailored Expressions, these boxes, and they are from Stampin' Storage. And they also have a shelf unit that these fit in perfectly, and they have smaller boxes. I think it's like half the size. I haven't gotten those yet, and the large ones. And let me tell you what I do. I put my name, so this is Wildflower Birthday, the name of what I'm putting in here. And then you can see from my wildflower class, I have a lot of pieces left over. So I put them all in here. And so I know when I go over, I can just pull this out. Here is leftovers from my B class. So I have tons of B things here left over. So if I'm going to do a card with this paper with this set, I have a ton left over. And I have already started with the notes and totes. And, well, you can't see these yet because they're all in envelopes. But I take my envelopes from my dies and I put all my pieces in here. So I have all of these already cut. Here's the fence that's in there. So I already have these all cut and put in here in these packages. So I know this is where I'm going to start. And if I need anything, then I come here first to see if I've got the color or the size or whatever that I need. And then these just go in the slot for these. And it's specially sized just for that. All right, that is my spill, just so you know what's going on. And let's see. Rewards, tote class, no host code, and the giveaway I already talked about. Let's get crafty. Okay, so today was a very quick card, like I said. I was going to do another card, and I was like, oh no, I can't do that. Thank goodness I figured that out in just the nick of time. So I've kind of decided this is something I wanted to create, so I'm going to put something together here. So we're going to stamp on this first. And so let me show you what we're using. Speaking of the free bundle I'm giving away, is the Impressions Abloom. So we're going to use that. So this is it right here. Yours will be brand new if you are the winner, so keep that in mind. And I'm also going to use Layered Thoughts, which I love, that nice big font there. And I am using the Happy Hibiscus embossing folder, and I'm not using it as a hybrid, even though you can see that I've used it quite a bit because it still has white in here from die cutting it in it, but it works perfectly fine. So I'm going to use this embossing folder. But for right now, let's go in the inside, and we are going to bring in Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia. And I don't have measurements for anything, so I'll give you what I've got. Just because this was last minute, and I didn't have time to even get a picture for you. Just kind of a thought. So I'm going to take the smaller flower, and we are going to do the dark. This is the inside of our card, so I'm going to do the dark Highland right here. Alright, and then I'm going to take the lighter. Okay, so I just know that this pointy one is the one that's going to go right there. So this is the point one, and this is the point one. I try to put them on my block the same way, so if you see it like this, you're going to notice that point right there, and then the point right there is going to be going the same way. So that's what I try to do. I am going to take fresh, let's see, what do I want to do? I'm going to take Highland Heather, and I'm going to stamp off. I did this on a different card, so I like the way it looked. And I am going to just go right there. Okay, so there's my flower. And then we're going to put some leaves on there. No free shipping in Canada. Oh, I'm sorry, Nancy. That's a bummer. They have really, their products are really heavy. I can't even imagine the shipping on that. But whenever there's free shipping, I'm like immediately like, what do I need? Especially if it's heavy. All right, we are going to use Shy Shamrock. That's what the color I used here. And then I'm using the Shy Shamrock Glimmer Paper. So I'm going to do, I want a leaf. I think I'm going to go off the page right here. And then I'm going to go like right here because I just want to stamp. So I just want to kind of add a leaf there. And then I'm going to do on the inside. You can tell I've used these colors before. We're going to go here and here. All right, so there's our flower, but we need the inside of our flower. Let's see. And on the inside, I'm going to do Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the one with the dots. And I'm going to do that solid. And what I do with this is I make sure I can see the purple all the way around when I do it, so that that is all the way around. That little white spot's supposed to be there. But otherwise it will, it'll be off. And then I'm going to stamp off on this one and fill it in just a little bit. And same thing, I make sure that the yellow is all the way so it fits in perfectly with that. All right. Now I could keep stamping, but I decided that I have this piece right here, and so I think I'm going to make it just kind of look not necessarily like grass, but I'm just going to put it on here. So I'm going to line this up, and I am going to do this, and it goes pretty much. I'm just not going to put glue on the very end. And we'll just put this on the inside. So I'm going to use my grid here, and I think I'm just going to go right here. Even if I go over the flower a little bit, that's okay. Right there. Why does that look crooked? Let's see. That's a little up. Oh, that's better. Okay. All right. So there is our inside. Oh my gosh, so we had to play this game called the Stampy game. Hi, Olivia. That was my Bucky's partner right there. We had to play this game called Stampy, and it was about how many cards can you make in a certain amount of time, and she had guidelines for each section of the game. Like, it was like one layer. It could be a stamped or ephemera piece, a sentiment, and she gave us an envelope, and it had like bits and pieces of different things in it. Let me just say, I am embarrassed to show my cards. I will show them, but I keep reminding everybody it was quantity, not quality. That's for sure. I was stressing. I really had a rough time playing that game. The second night was a lot easier, because then I kind of, she even said, you are overthinking it, and I was like, oh, okay. So then it was just caution to the wind, and I just went for it. Perfect weather for it, Olivia, for your game. All right, so we're going to set this aside. I am going to use this, but let me grab my mat. It's a little easier to see, and my paper won't go flying everywhere. I'm going to bring in Highland Heather, and we're going to put our word. We're going to do thank you. So let's do a thank. And I just inked this, so it might seem kind of dark, and it'll lighten up. So we'll do thank. There's think. And where's my U? Here's my U. And we're going to do that in black. We're going to put that right there. How cool that is. Thank you. And it's so neat because it's love you, thank you, thinking of you, happy birthday to you. I mean, this is such a cool set. Layered Thoughts. It's 165346. I've got the numbers written below. Or at least I think I did. So in case you want to write those down for when you order. Okay, so that's black. So Highland Heather and black is this. And then I am going to, I did the Shy Shamrock right here on the color and on the inside. So we're going to layer this up here. And we want that with glue. So make sure you put, I put a good amount of glue on there. Hi Lynette, good morning. And then I like to pick it up and just kind of wiggle it to where I want it because it's a little over to the right and it's a little high, so I'll just wiggle it. There we go. Now I like to lay it down. I'll bring it back that way a little bit and let it start drying a little bit, and then I'll press it because I don't want to ooze any glue out, but I do put quite a bit on because I want to make sure that it absorbs in that glimmer paper. All right, so now we're going to do this one and get this attached. Again, I use liquid glue because we have an embossed piece here, and I just want to make sure that it's going to get plenty of glue and stay. All right. Now we can go ahead and attach this because this is going to go flat. Other things are going to be popped up. So we're going to do this flat onto the card. So the Shy Shamrock piece is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And the white embossed piece is 4 by 5 1/4. So they layer up perfectly. You can see where I got some glue that oozed out right there. So I'm going to get that there and there. Okay, that's good. Uh-oh. I'm going to do it this way. There we go. That's good. All right, now we're going to do some flowers. Let's see. Make sure this is dry. All right, we're going to do some flowers, and we're going to start off with our pink. I like to do the petunia pop first because I want it a little darker because I'm going with Bubble Bath, and it's pretty light color. So I'm going to bring in my tablet again, and I'm going to do this one first. And I do like to take my chamois and wipe them off because they're pretty solid images. So I'm going to just wipe this one, and then I'm going to wipe this one. And it just kind of takes off any dried, you know, anything that's dry that was on there. So let's do this one. That petunia pop is so pretty. And now we're going to do Bubble Bath, but we're going to stamp it off. Even though it's a lighter color, I do a quick stamp off. I really should have my glasses on right now, but because if you do it dark, see how, I mean, that's really light, but let me show you if it's dark what it looks like so you guys know. And we could, oh, wrong one. It's okay. Okay, so there's the dark. And then if I did it directly, okay, so I really like to see this petunia pop, and even though you can't see the pink on there, it is on there, and it's really pretty. This one kind of blends the two together a little bit more, but I really wanted this bold look to it, so I'm going to go with this one. I know it's hard for you guys to see it. This one's really pretty too, so I will definitely keep it and use it for something else. Oh, did I do the end? Yeah, I did. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to go with Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia. All right, so Highland Heather. Let's see, where's my, here we go. We want 2 of these, and then our Fresh Freesia. And I forgot to take out my big flower images here. So I'll just put these on here since I've already done that one. All right. Over there. All right, and then this one, I'm just going to make sure because I moved them around. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so Fresh Freesia, which I just inked, so I want to make sure I stamp that off. Okay, there's that one. Okay, so there's those 2. And then we're going to do our leaves. And I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves. Let's do 5 leaves. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love this set. I love all the detail in the flowers. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to use the same color, but I'm going to stamp off. And I'm going to put my glasses on so that my flowers will have ink on them. All right, move that up. Don't forget to go check out the Last Chance. They've been adding things to it. They're going to be still adding to it, so I would hate for you to miss something that you wanted. Alright, so we have our 2 flowers and our pink flower. We've got our 5 leaves. I just re-inked this Highland, so it kind of came out pretty dark, but that's okay. It'll be fine. Oh, we need to do our inside, so we need our yellow. Again, we're going to take this one first and go, I just go right up to it so it gets in there. And what I do is I kind of look at this is a little longer this way, it seems, and shorter this way, barely. And so I just kind of make sure that my stamp is the same. All right, we're going to stamp this off. Stamp this off. Go in, and it just gives that light little yellow where the white was. Okay, so there's those. And then we're going to switch out to the small one. These, I see they're a little bit longer that way. So I'm going to go that way. Same thing, I just make sure I can see the whole circle through my stamp. And then the small one. Hopefully my head's not in your way. Alright, so now let me die cut because I did not get a chance to die cut these ahead of time. Alright, so we have 2 leaves, which is really nice in the set. My other set is not here that I have, so I will be doing one at a time here for the flowers. Alright. So again, I knew my long skinny piece was right here, so that's where I knew exactly where the die was going to go. Alright. Now my little flower. Same thing, my right flower there with the tip goes up. Those flowers just kind of came out. See how dark that purple is in the middle? It's because it was so wet. I probably should have done them again, but they'll be all right. This is really a fun set to play with. That was a big piece of tape that I did not need. Remember, it's helpful to put your stamps a little far apart so that the dies can go pretty close, but not too close. Alright, so we have our flower. We have flower. There we go. We'll get all these cut out. Hi, Irma. Where are you at in Southern California? All right, let's get these done. Oh, I think my flower skipped over. I don't think I taped it quite right, but that's okay. And my leaf. One more leaf. You can tell I went right off on my flower there. All right, there we go. One last leaf. All right, there's my dies. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put this on our card. These are dimensionals. Woo. All right, let's get this popped up. So it's pretty easy. If you just have a bunch of panels, you emboss, if you're doing a bunch of these. Now I'm going to just push that down, make sure it's down really good now that the glue has had just a little bit of time to dry. We're going to bring our flowers in and pop these up. Now, if I were to do this and I wanted to use this, if that white bothered me right there, you could just color it with a highlighter, or not a highlighter, a water painter or something, and fill that in. But I'm not worried about it. It's pretty close. Let's see. The suite shows embossing folder, but you don't find it separate. Is it an online exclusive? The suite shows the embossing folder. Which, this one right here, let me look in the catalog real quick. Hold on. I have my catalog right here. Impressions Abloom. I don't know them all quite yet. Let's see. Yeah, it's an online exclusive. It's not in the catalog, so I don't know off the top of my head which embossing folder goes with that. I love the folk art inking style of all these images. Yeah, me too. Okay, Nancy, I must be, the suite shows the embossing folder, but you don't find it separate. Is it an online exclusive? Yeah, this, I know that the bundle is an online exclusive because I wrote that it's, if I put an OE on there, it's online exclusive. But, and I think it is part of a suite because there's paper that goes with it. So if there's an embossing folder, it's probably the one with the flowers that come from the bottom, but my helper has it right now because she's embossing some pieces for me for bingo. So I don't have that one right now. But I like this one that's all the way around. That one has flowers from the bottom up a little bit, and I wanted flowers all over. And honestly, I did a card kind of like this because I had a bunch of the background of these that we cut the hydrangea or the hibiscus flowers out of, and so I used the embossing pieces for a card, and so I decided to just use this same one. Hi Nell, no worries. That's what's good about repeating. Okay, so this is the one. Let me look at the other one. This is the one that I got the white kind of on, so I'm just going to tuck it right here. I'm just going to slide it right in there and add that. We're going to add dimensionals here to our leaves, all of them. I like to put them kind of in the middle because I can slide them up next to panels if I need to where they're not going to be up on top, or I can put them on top. So if I needed to, they can be here, and then I can put the dimensional here, or I can come up here because the dimensional's in the middle. So it's like wherever I want to put it. This one right here, though, I can tell it's partially, yeah, it's partially on my panel. So I'm going to lift that up, and I'm just going to put it on the panel because it's going to stick off the bottom of the paper. So I'm going to just kind of come up right here and put it there. And then that way now I can come down here and put a leaf, which is going to be on this panel, not up here. But I can do whatever I want to with my leaves. I can do another one. I want to come up here on this. So you can do however many you want. This has only one size leaf. So I'm just going to put one up here, but I'm going to have it sticking out as much as possible so it looks really big. Because I wanted to fill up some space down here. And then we're going to take this little guy and put it up here. Okay, so this one has a little bit of a white right here, but these are okay. So I'm going to put the white over here. So you can see these really well, but the white up here you can't see as much, except I just did the same thing. I'm going to make sure I pull that down. This one I want on this level. And then I'm going to take this leaf and put it up here to kind of fill that in. And then I'm going to, oops, not stick my dies to me. And then I'm going to come down here and kind of tuck under, because I don't want it to go off the edge, right? And I need to get all the dimensional pieces off of it. All right, and now I think I'm still going to use the, I'm going to use the Drewsies. It's called Pressed Flowers Embossing Folder, yes. And it is a pre-order, yes, that's it. And it only comes across on the bottom. I'm using it for bingo, so it's being embossed for me. And so I don't have it to show. All right, so now I don't think I want to put these in the middle. Well, I'm definitely not using that color. I want clear, I want these. But I don't think I want to put it in the middle. I don't mind it in the small, but I like the yellow. I want to show the yellow. These don't fill that up, so I think they look just kind of weird just in the middle. So I don't want to do that. So I think I'm just going to kind of, I think I'm just going to put this one right here. So that you can see all the pretty flowers with the yellow. We still have the sparkle. And then we have that flower on the inside. Now you could always add another one if you wanted to, or you can make it pink to kind of offset the pink. But if you have your embossing folders and you have used them and taken out the center for your hibiscus flowers, but you didn't use the embossed part, remember to always emboss them evenly and make yourself a panel, because this is the perfect piece to lay right on top and cover that all up, so that you can still use this embossed piece and it's already done. So I had a stack of these and I put them aside and thought, well, I'll use them on something, because we colored the hydrangea or the hibiscus flowers on this folder, and then I had all these white pieces left. And so look how pretty that is. Just add, you don't even have to add glimmer. You could just add a piece of cardstock back there to just give it that color, and then just add a little bit on the inside. So I just love this stamp set right here. It's so pretty. So I'm going to show you what made me do this card today with this new stamp set. It's because I have some thank you cards that are going to go out, and I already did this. So when I got this together and I saw these, I go, you know what, I'm going to do the same thing. And but I was changing up the flowers, and I thought I was going to be changing it more than I did, because I used different colors with the green. I used a lot of this on here with the Summer Splash, so I decided to go with the shamrock color and do the shamrock leaves, but I kind of stayed a little bit true to the colors other than the yellow. And so that's kind of what my thought was. And see, this one I did put the stones in the middle here of this flower, because there was no center of that flower. And so I decided, well, I'm going to put one there. But same hydrangea folder. And you could also use this one, the floral, I don't remember what this one's called, but that's a let me look. But you could use that too as a background. Layered florals, it's this one here. Oh, that's not it, that's corrugated. I grabbed the wrong one. Layered florals. So this embossing folder here is this one. And you could use that too. You want something with kind of a smaller print so you can see, because this is so big to cover it up, that you want to see the detail around the outside, because your image is so big. So this one has a lot of little flowers on it too, and little leaves that would work the same as the hibiscus one. So, and I think the eyelet one, anything like that would work really well, because it's got a lot of little things there. Even the new one, the which I've been using a lot, the damasked one. This is a new one. The damasked image is really pretty. And that one would also be really nice, except this one has a lot of flowers, so I just decided to do floral. So there you go. That is the card. Can you imagine? You can change this to blues or purples or oranges or whatever color, and just kind of go with whatever theme you're wanting to go with, and it would be a lot of fun. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I want to make sure I didn't miss any beautiful embossing folder. Oh, I agree, Irma. Let's see. I asked, let's see. Oh, Ventura County, just 30-minute drive from the beach. Very nice, Irma. I'm in Clovis, which is right by Fresno. Not as close to the beach, but equally in the center of everything in California, so not too bad. In the Central Valley. Oh, you guys, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Well, thank you, everybody. If you have any questions regarding the stamp rewards and you're not quite understanding it, let me know. If you do go in to do a purchase, it's going to ask you to opt in. Please don't forget to opt in, because I want you to get your Stampin' rewards and start accumulating those with your orders. Don't forget this stamp set bundle that I used today. For every order that you put in with me, you will have an entry into a possibility of a drawing for a brand new bundle, just like this one. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, your son lives in Fowler. Yes, very close to here. Yay. So you probably know where Clovis is if you know where Fowler is. I usually have to say Fresno. Funny quick story. I went on my incentive trip last year. Yeah, we were in Mexico because we were in the pool. And I was talking to a girl, and I might have told you the story, but I was talking to a girl, and she asked where I was from, and I said, oh, I'm from Fresno. And she said, oh, I'm from a little town called Madera, which is right by Fresno. And I said, I was raised in Madera. Nobody knows where Madera is. I said, I was raised in Madera, but I always say Fresno because nobody knows where Clovis is. And she said, no way. So we started chatting. And honestly, I thought she looked familiar, so I thought I had just seen her at another trip or on stage or something. And so we started talking. We played softball together in junior high. So in junior high, I could have been 6th grade, but I'm pretty sure it was junior high. We played softball together, and we were actually on the same team. My sister had just gone through a bunch of family photos and gave me everybody's photos to go through and sort through. So I did, but when I pulled my photos out to put mine with my photos, there was a picture of us in our Bobby Sox baseball uniforms. And so I had to send it to her because I totally knew who she was. And so I had to send it to her, and it's a very small world. It was very funny. So now we see each other quite a bit because she is really good friends with the girl that I met on the previous incentive trip in Norway, and she's in Bakersfield, so not far from me, a couple hours away. And so we've kind of palled up because we usually end up flying home on the same flight or half of the same flight. And so anyway, we started chatting, and so it was a small world that we were all talking, and that I met up with the girl that was on my softball team many, many moons ago. So it was a lot of fun. So now we see each other and we're like, hey, like we've known each other forever. So, but that's kind of how it is when you go to on stage and stuff. If you're a demonstrator and you've not been to on stage, I highly recommend it. It is like meeting up with old friends. Every time you go, you'll meet people and it's a lot of fun. And of course, I would love to meet you. All right, everybody, have a fabulous Easter. A thumbs up would be amazing. Thank you so much for saying that, Deborah. I appreciate it. Have a fabulous Easter. I will not be here on Sunday. I will be with my family. Enjoy your time, and I will see you next Wednesday with something fun. Leave a message here. Let me know what you want to see next Wednesday. Should we do those bouquet of flowers in time for Mother's Day so you can see what it's going to be like to put them together? Like in slow speed, because I know there's some videos out there, from Stampin' Up! On putting them together quickly. And we will not be doing it that quickly, but we will figure it out. So hope you will let me know what you want to see. Flowers, bouquet, or something different. Oh, good now. I love on stage too. It is so much fun. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.